everybody, welcome to the Leek. I'm John as always, and I've got something a little bit different this time around. We're actually going to do a board game review. WizKids sent me a copy of Ravnica Inquisition for me to review. Thank you very much to them, and yeah, it's a fun little game. I'm going to go over the rules and then kind of my experience playing this game. You might have seen that me and my group of drafters actually played this on stream about a month and a half ago or so before a draft. I'll upload that entire stream unedited if you want to see a full playthrough of this game. It only takes about 15 minutes. I think it took a little bit longer because we were BSing a little bit amongst ourselves. But let's go over how the game works. So the game takes about 15 minutes. To set up the game, every single player is going to get a very super secret roll card. The roll cards are either going to make that person an agent of Bolas, you're going to be Domri or Tezzeret or whatnot, or it's going to make you a Gatewatch loyalist. Perhaps you'll be Chandra or Teferi or a Johnny. Those, of course, are super duper secret because this is a social deduction game. If you ever revealed these cards, you would just break the game. So these are kept super duper secret. Once they're dealt out, and they're dealt out based on how many players are currently playing the game. The game does play from 5 to 10 players. So there might be 2, there might be 3, there might be 4 agents of Bolas. Once everybody's given out their rules card, everybody closes their eyes, and then the agents of Bolas open their eyes, look around, identify who the other agents of Bolas are so they all know, close their eyes, and then everybody opens their eyes. So the Gatewatch loyalist has no idea who is loyal and who is not. The agents of Bolas know who everybody is. Following that, everybody's going to be dealt one of these up to 10 guild cards, and each one is a guild gate, such as Simic, where you might be green-blue, or you might be Golgari, where you might be green-black. These are going to come into play based on who's going to be elected leader, which we'll get to in a second. But that's going to decide the 2 colors that you happen to be. One problem that I often find in social deduction games is that they're very open-ended. It very quickly just becomes accuse somebody for the sake of it, otherwise nothing happens. In this game, the accusations, the elections, they're sort of focused on those guild colors to sort of force interactions. So once the game's set up, you're ready to go. Every single round, and there's going to be 5 rounds, are played over the course of 2 minutes. You are supposed to set a timer. If you want to play a little bit more freeform, if you want to have more time for accusations, you don't have to set the timer. But if you want to keep it going real snappy, 2 minutes is the recommended time. You are going to flip over the top card of the leader card deck, and that's going to reveal who you're voting for this time. So for example, we might be electing the blue leader this turn. If we're electing the blue leader, we can only choose players who are blue. So we could only choose Simic, or the other ones that are blue, Azorius and Demir, and of course, Izzet. You could not pick a Bolas player to be the blue leader. In those 2 minutes, you're going to discuss who you should elect. Who is going to be that blue leader? Obviously, the agents of Bolas are going to be trying to get those leadership roles, and the Gatewatch loyalists are going to be trying to keep them away. So you're going to have a big argument, a big discussion on who should be elected, and then at the end of 2 minutes, everybody needs to point at who they're going to elect. The person who gets the most votes gets the leadership. If there's a tie, each guild gate has little text at the bottom, or some of them have little text at the bottom. So for example, Simic breaks the green tie. So if we're voting for the green leader and Simic is tied with Selesnya, Simic will become the green leader. So what does getting to be a guild leader do? Well, at the end of the game, it gives you a vote on who to kill. That's obviously very important. But it also gives you an ability generally right away. For example, the white leader, when they are elected, they're going to pick a targeting card. This is a deck of 5 cards that you'll shuffle up, and they will take the top card and they will say, aha, I have found a white target. They'll look at it in secret. They don't actually reveal that it's a white card. But the white leader is going to pick somebody of that color, Selesnya, for example, and they are going to show their loyalty card to that person. So obviously, if they're an agent of Bolas, they want to show that to an agent of Bolas, so the agent of Bolas player can say, oh yeah, they're a Gatewatch loyalist. If they're a Gatewatch loyalist, they want to show it to a Gatewatch loyalist. And of course, this is where the lying immediately starts, because the agents of Bolas will accuse everybody else of being an agent of Bolas who they know are not. And the Gatewatch loyalist will accuse the agent of Bolas of being agent of Bolas, and they will defend themselves. And this is where the arguments and the who is lying comes in with these games. The green leader is just like the white leader. They'll pick a targeting card, but they will look at that player's loyalty card rather than show their loyalty card. The blue leader is a little bit different than that, but still on the same idea. The blue leader will pick a targeting card, so they'll pick up blue. They'll pick up a blue person, and they'll say, you reveal your loyalty card to all of the other blue players. So white shows their information, green looks at the person's information, blue forces that person to share their information with other people, which may or may not include the blue leader themselves, depending on which guild gate they got. The black and red leaders are a little bit different, a little bit more powerful. The black leader is going to pick a targeting card. They're going to pick a card, and perhaps it's green, and they're going to take a pencil. There is a included Demir stamped pencil in the box. And they're going to take this pad of paper, they're going to pull off a piece, and they're going to, in secret, write somebody's name down of that color. That person dies at the end of the game. Finally, the red leader actually does nothing. The red leader does absolutely nothing until the start of the final round. The final round, which should take place after about 10 minutes, after the first 5 2-minute rounds happen, is 5 minutes long. It's a little bit longer because there's going to be some more discussion that needs to happen. The first thing that happens is the red leader who was elected, whenever they were elected, will pick up the last remaining targeting card. They'll look at it. Let's say it's black. They will pick a black player, and they will give them the Annihilating Fire card. That player is going to die. So you can see how the black leader has to choose someone who will die with perhaps less information, whereas the red player actually gets to have gone through all 5 rounds before they make their decision on who to kill. Then the 5 guild leaders, or it could actually be a case of 4 guild leaders, 3 guild leaders. You can be elected guild leader more than once, but you do only get 1 vote. Those guild leaders will discuss who are they going to kill. They have 5 minutes, and at the end of 5 minutes, they're going to point at who they're going to kill, and the person who gets the most votes dies. If there's a draw, there is a vote off. So if there's a tie, 2 people voted for this person, 2 people voted for this person, 1 person voted for a third person, there is a vote off of the tied people. If there is still a tie, then the non-guild leaders do get a chance to vote. But once the guild leaders have killed somebody, the person who the red player picks dies, the black player reveals who they killed, and then you've got 3 dead people. If at least 2 agents of Bolas were killed, the Gatewatch loyalists win. Otherwise, the agents of Bolas win. So as I said, me and my playgroup played this before a stream draft that we did. It was the M20 backdraft that we did over on twitch.tv/TheManaLeague. Check it out. It's fun. And a lot of people were kind of hesitant about playing this. It didn't, Magic board games, people have negative connotations of them. This isn't Magic. We're not tapping things. We're not casting spells. Why bother playing this? In 15 minutes, we had a crap ton of fun. The person who I thought was most hesitant about playing this game said that we needed to hurry up and draft so that we could play this after the draft. It's a really fun game. It's a really, really, really fun game. It's a social deduction game like Werewolf, like Mafia, but with a lot more sort of on-rails mechanics because you have to pick somebody of that color to vote as the leader. You have to pick somebody of the color that you drew the targeting card for to look at their card or show the card or whatnot. It keeps people on task. It keeps the game running really smoothly. It does take away some of the extreme open-endedness that you might get from other social deduction games, but I find that it takes a very specific group for those games to actually do really well, whereas this, I think, has a bit more broader appeal. Yes, the theme is very thin. And if you're not super familiar with board games, you might think that that's a massive problem, that this doesn't feel like Magic. We're killing agents of Bolas. There's Gatewatch loyalists on Ravnica who are hunting down people. What is this? This makes no sense for Magic. That's how board games work. The game Agricola, one of the best games ever made, is about farming. But it could have been about running a spaceship and connecting your networks and having chunks of code instead of putting fences around yards and having cows in them. And it still would have been the exact same game because the mechanics is what really makes a board game. So yes, the theme is very thin, but that's fine. The beauty of the theme is that it will convince your drafter friends to play it. It'll convince your Magic friends to give it a go. If this was a game of corrupt stockbrokers deciding who to insider trade with, your Magic friends might not play it, even though it would have been an identical game with identical rules. But because it's got that Magic theme, you're going to get this into some more people. So it plays really quick. It's relatively cheap. I absolutely recommend this game. I am going to look to bring this game to my local game store before drafts. A bunch of us show up, usually 15-20 minutes early, just to sit around and chat. Why not show up 15-20 minutes early and get a game of this in? Because of those timed rounds, it's very snappy and just finishes up. So I absolutely love this game. I did not think I would going in, to be totally honest. I've not really been into social deduction games because they have been too open-ended for me. But I ended up coming out of this really, really enjoying it. Sure, it's not the best game of all time. Sure, it's not an in-depth strategy game that's going to, be an afternoon that you spend playing this. But as a quick filler game at the start of a draft, the end of a draft, even at F&M with strangers, you could probably get this going. I definitely recommend it. So check it out. That is Ravnica Inquisition by WizKids Games. They also sent me a copy of Heroes of Dominaria, which I've not gotten on the table yet, but I'm hoping to get a playthrough of that so I can get a review of that going. But yeah, check that out. Let me know if you've played this or games like this. And yeah, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can let me know in the comments down below. I am going to upload the Twitch stream of us playing this as well. It'll be totally unedited. The sound's not perfect, but you're going to be able to watch a quick 20 or so minute version of us play through this. We make one mistake. I did forget to have the Agents of Bolus reveal themselves to each other until after the first election, but it wouldn't have made too much of a difference. So check that out and let me know what you think. As always, if you do have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can find me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. You can find me at patreon.com/MandaLeek if you want to back the channel there. You can go over to inkedgaming.com and use the promo code MandaLeek10, all one word, 10, as the number to get 10% off your order. And the easiest way is like, share, and subscribe. If you do have any questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, see y'all next time.